All right. All right. Let me get you the URL here.
All right, I'm gonna bounce, but I had fun tonight, guys. That was good stuff. If you could record that live stream, I'd love to watch it later.
Yeah, it does record it. But what I like to do next time, if you guys don't mind, is because I wasn't really prepared to lead anything tonight, but um, next time I'll be a little bit more prepared and I can give you some materials on this beforehand to kind of make it easier for you guys.
Yes, sir. That would be awesome. And I was gonna roll out the manual that I had edited out the unimportant stuff, but I'm not done with it yet, so I don't want to give something out that's partial.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me see. Where do I get the video manager? That's the problem.
All right, I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, later, guys.
Later on.
All right, here we go.
It almost looks like a bean, the pattern, if you fly it correctly on its side.
Yeah, and I mean, this is very in close, but if you were in like a heavy target, now I should be live. Let me get this. And let me share this to you. All right. All right. Just posted it. See if you can watch that.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So yeah, like if we start out here, um, let me just go to, so this is where we're staying in the pattern. Now, see, this is where you get your separation, right? So as we do here, I would break off and I would actually not just break left, I would break up and left, and then the next guy would count to 7 seconds, break up and left. The next guy, 7 seconds, break up and left. And then once you're beamed the target, um, you'll kind of see here as I come, I should still, I'm keeping that roll going the whole time. Like my wings should not really go level. I mean, you may do it just for a brief seconds to kind of look at the target, but you should be in like a constant like turn, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
And so I'm just keeping, and as I'm turning, I'm keeping my eye on the target, right? So I always see it there.
Roger.
And then as I'm coming, and see, this is where if I had it more prepared, I would have shown like here's a demo of how to do it first
Yeah.
before you even do that flight. You know, so here's an example, and then the other guy would break and so on and so forth. But um, and then so I leveled out just a little bit just to kind of give me some separation, but then I keep the turn going. Um, and then I'm turning, still kind of turning, and it should be my lift vector should be close to it when I roll in, right? So you see how I'm keeping my lift vector there, right on
Yeah.
target the whole time. It's a little bit more because now I'm getting to the 30 degrees. So once I get 30 degrees, you'll see me overbank, which is coming in right here. I'll overbank, right? It's at my 30-degree angle, and I'm right on target. Roll out, and I should be close to 30. So you see here, it's close to 30. And I'm just on that
Gotcha.
wire, and I'm pointing. You see how the line is pointing above the target, right?
Right.
So I'm not pointing at the target, I'm pointing above it, which then I should be able to hit um, that one right there. So it's about 3 degrees on the water line above. And then I pull up and I bank left, 30 degrees.
That makes it a lot easier to understand.
Yeah, and this is what's hard is trying to do this in the air is almost impossible. You have to go over it. Like this is what you do. Like I went too high. I went to 12,000 feet, so I'm coming down. Now what I find though is 12,000 feet is actually a pretty good altitude for this. You can do it at 10,000, but you're kind of, it's really short. Let's just put it that way. You're not getting a lot of target separation. 12,000, you get a little bit more target separation for that.
Right.
So then I'm going to bank. I leveled out just because I know I saw somebody behind me and I wanted to kind of get some separation there. But I'm still kind of turning at the same location, right? the same waypoint, I'm still on the distance, right? I'm always looking at the target, always looking at my distance, trying to roll out on the same point unless you have a different target that you're trying to hit, right?
Right.
Because in some cases it's better to move over if you're hitting a different target, but it should be generally the same direction.
It's very cool, man. And from this angle, it looks like a roller coaster, like an old wooden roller coaster.
Exactly. But each angle, the dive, like even though it's not perfectly right when I turn in, you see the dive angle is about the same.
Right.
And that's what you're trying to get. You're trying to get the dive angle about 30 degrees every time. And if you get that sight picture and you learn what that is, you'll always get 30 degrees on it.
That's awesome, man.
And then
makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, and then I would normally flare.
Right, on the way up.
But the idea is the guy behind me, as I'm off safe, the guy behind me should be rolling in. And I would say off safe, you would say the next one in line would be you rolling in, so on and so forth. So you count, right? And then I would say like I'm in prior, or crosswind kind of, and then I'm now on prior, and then I would be a beam the target right about now as a beam, right? And then the next one is approaching. So as you start, I just went back past those, so I'm just past, and then I'd be approaching as my nose is starting to come around on the target.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I think maybe the difference for just getting that started in a combat environment versus training environment as well would be cool. Or practicing that, you know what I'm saying? Practicing that.
Yeah. Even in a combat environment though, you're not gonna, like, this is a very in close, right, to keep that in there. In a combat environment, you're still gonna have the same pattern. So you're gonna pick your in heading and you're gonna pick your exit heading, right? Now you may be like 4 or 5 miles out instead of keeping this distance. But this is all manual bombing too. So this isn't like dropping auto ammunition or anything like that. So any laser guided bombs, any of that would be a whole different story. But for manual bombing, this keeps your eye on the target and allows you to kind of repetitively hit the same thing. Now, as long as you call in ins and out and you plan ahead of time, you can mix it up. You don't have to always take the same. But this way, everybody stays in the same pattern and can keep eyes on. Like I could keep eyes on pretty much the whole time. So like when I was in the cockpit, I could look down and know, as you guys got better at this, I knew where you guys were. And when you called in, I could look and see you as you were diving in, right? So as you go and you call out where you're at in the pattern, then people know where to look. But like right now, you have two guys coming in on the same target at the same time.
Right.
And so ideally, you have enough separation so that you're not coming in on the target at the same time.
Right, yeah.
And see, like, I'm staying pretty much behind you guys the whole time. And then as you guys come off, I'm coming right back in, right? So you just got off safe. I'm rolling in right when you got off safe. It's just you guys kind of started about the same time.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to link up, man. I have to pick your brain and see. Like, the other thing is like where the GPUs and all that stuff comes into play, and where the info comes from that stuff to apply it. And I know you're not going to find the most technical of definitions as to how this differs from dropping a GPU, but that's going to be important too, because pretty soon we're going to have them. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be, a completely different tactic.
Yeah, and I mean that's more straight and level. Like you could be high up altitude, you could be at 10,000 feet, and you're just coming in from a different direction, right? And wing at that point, because you're not going to drop two bombs on the same target most likely. So at wing, you guys could both fly in formation and drop the bombs at the same time, or you can do a trail formation, fly overhead at say 10,000 feet, and then as you hit, you pickle and you proceed off a target.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, next time if you guys want to go over this again, it probably becomes a lot easier once you see it on a screen like this to view it.
Yeah, and our group is small, man. We don't have a lot of people in our squadron, so 4 or 5 people is the most that we might have on at a time. So it's easier to learn it now, and then once the 4 or 5 of us have a better grasp of it, then we can go and push it out to the newer guys that come in too, which is I think the idea.
Yeah, and you see when I saw that somebody was on the in, I didn't want to override them because he said he was in, so I just stayed high and just kept the pattern, right? So he said he was coming in here. So the guy behind Thud said he was coming in, so I just stayed high, right, and just kept the pattern. I could see you out here or Scarecrow out here, and then I just kept the turn and kept the separation.
Right. Yeah, I did something similar when Scarecrow and I both rolled in at the same time, and I pulled off and went high, and then just extended out and found my spot and tried to get back into an interval. But
and that's
yeah.
the biggest reason for the pattern, because you know where to look. You know where you're looking for, and you're keeping an eye out. Hey, am I going to hit anybody? Or when I come off of this, what's where our guy's going to be?
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense though. I appreciate you explaining it and helping out, man. Because
Nice
would have been the blind
way.
leading the blind.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that one turned out all right.
Yeah, and once you get good at it, man, you can hit the target like every single time. It's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to pick your brain, man, because I want to learn more about it.
Well, cool. Yeah, I need to head out and go say goodnight to the kids and stuff, but it's finally got to make the training value for a change. So.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, man. That was way better than just doing CQ.
And how are these guys at formation? I mean, is that something that you guys want to do? Like, if you look at my stream, there's one that is kind of close formation that I did with somebody, but I can teach some marshalling and then formation flying. I do a lot of that just on my own.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody needs to refresh because we haven't done a training on it in a long time. So even tonight, with the sudden movements and that type of stuff, we have to get everybody on the same page that it's small corrections and all that stuff to not throw off the guy that's behind you or off your wing, because then you get bad things happen. So I think we should definitely practice that and set something up for sure.
Yeah, I just noticed like when I make a small adjustment, like they were making larger, like I was trying to keep small like turn radiuses just to keep it in. But yeah, check out, there's one, I'll send you the link on this page, but that's some formation flying too.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll definitely check that out, and we'll definitely link up, and then try to figure out what we can do for next week for sure.
All right, sounds good. Later.
And I'll be on this weekend, man. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, bro. Appreciate your help.
All right, later.